Good afternoon, world. It is moments past noon in Waxahachie, Texas. Back to right on time. We were 2 minutes late, 2 shows in a row. We vow not to do it for a long, long time. And today is September 4th of 2025, episode number 88, believe it or not, of Grit and Good News. And as always, we're here in our palatial second story studio. Scott doesn't like calling it that, but it is second story. In the shadows of the Ellis County Courthouse, bringing you Grit and Good News as we do every Tuesday and Thursday. And I am your co-host, Jeffrey Michael Lynch. Capably, ably, readily, happily is our man Scott with the big wave. Sammy. And to the right of me is our man Scott.
The Scott.
The Scott
The
Brooks.
Scott, the Jeff, the Sammy. Sammy's got on his Crimson Tide stuff today, which I'm very proud of my son for doing that. We took it on the chin the other day. Well, I know we took it on the chin the other day. And,
yeah, dude, we didn't go we didn't dig
no,
hard
we
enough
didn't
on
dig
that
deep, but
Monday.
it's hell in Tuscaloosa right now. I mean, those people are out for Kalen DeBoer, and it's brutal. They've already got coaches lined up to come in there, and it's awful. Do you know? Well, welcome to Grit and Good News. We get started before I get started before I even start
We can't
thinking.
stop. We got so much
Yeah.
going on
So
in our
anyway,
heads.
welcome. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday, noon to 1 o'clock. We love you being here. So thank you for being here. But get a load of this stat, and Sammy, be prepared to talk about your number 88. It took Kalen DeBoer 13 games to lose 4 games to non-ranked opponents. 13 games, 4. You know how many it took Saban? How many games it took to have 4 losses to unranked teams? Guess. Just guess.
5 years.
How many games?
So
12, 60?
50, 60 games.
It took Saban 270 games to lose to 4 unranked opponents, and DeBoer has done it in 13 games.
Well, where was Tommy Tuberville, the Alabama?
Auburn.
They were interviewing him, I think, the other day.
Yeah.
They were talking about, do they have 7 national titles?
Who?
Auburn?
No, nobody has more than Bama, and Bama is the most, 6.
6.
Yeah. No, not 6. 18. We have 18 national.
You sure Auburn doesn't have 7
Saban
too?
has 6. No, Auburn doesn't have 7. Saban has 6.
Okay.
But we have 18. Or yeah, we're going for 19.
18 national titles?
Yeah, it's amazing. And yeah, we do. Yeah. So
and let's get this straight in my not so good college football mind. We've only had playoffs for a dozen years, right?
Yeah. Well, not even that. Well, going on that. Yeah.
So a national title basically used to come from rankings, pure rankings.
Yeah.
And,
It used to be.
And did they use the APs at that time?
I think so.
There was no playoffs?
No playoffs for the longest time. For the majority of national football, there was the rankings determined who would end up playing.
So if you finished number 1, you won the title?
No, you played for the title. Yeah. If you finished number 1 after playing number 2 in the rankings, there was no playoff system.
Yeah, and the final rankings came out after all the bowl games.
Yeah, so you would have the number 1 team play.
Usually the Rose
Bowl. It wasn't a playoff. It was in one of the bowls.
Okay. Rose, orange, sugar, cotton.
And so the number 1 team in the rankings
would play number 2 in a bowl game.
Yeah, but the problem was that there was always, because there were other polls that would have, we don't have Michigan at number 2. We've got USC at number 2, and Texas at number 1. So it was always this argument. That's why they went to the playoffs.
Matter of fact, they used to call it mythical national championship.
Yeah, it was exactly.
Yeah, because they were the one sport that didn't have a true one. Yeah.
So number 88, Sammy. We talk about the number of our episode, which is 88, the 88th episode, and Sammy goes out and finds notable number 88s across all the sports. So what do you got?
Starting off, you want to guess? Guess?
Well, in what sport? Football?
Just number 88. I only got football and NHL because nobody else really wears it.
That's true. So it's going to be a wide receiver for the Cowboys. One of them.
Okay.
Or Tony Gonzalez.
Okay. I'll start off with Michael Irvin.
Yeah.
Then we go to Drew Pearson.
Yeah.
Des Bryant.
Yep.
The man. CD.
Yep.
The man. Alan Page.
Alan Page was a lineman for the defensive Minnesota Vikings.
He was one of the purple people eaters.
Yep.
He was great.
Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, played for the Colts.
I think he has a son in the league.
He
He plays
does.
for the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marvin Harrison Jr. just drafted last
Yeah,
year.
you're right. And then last one notable for NFL, Tony
NH
Gonzalez.
NFL. Yeah.
Tony
Okay.
Gonzalez. NHL, we go to Patrick Kane.
Yeah.
You know that?
Blackhawks, 3 cups.
Eric Lindros.
Lindros played for the
Philly.
Philadelphia.
Large forward.
David Pasternak.
Yeah.
Bruins.
Still plays.
Brent Burns.
Don't know
You
him.
know him?
Long time with the Wild. You forgot William Nylander with Toronto.
I did.
Yeah.
I'll blame
And
that on ChatGPT.
so
Notable's a relative term.
we
Yeah.
talk about the funness involved in numbers and in terms of hockey. 7, 8, and 9. Those are the epic forward numbers.
Mm-hmm.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are the great D numbers.
Yeah.
So all these 88s, these guys all went to teams
Yeah.
where what? 8 was taken, 88. And so all of a sudden you get great scores now going with 88.
Yep. It is one of those numbers that wasn't just banned from others wearing it. Like 99 and 66.
Right.
Nobody ever wore those in hockey. I don't know if hockey ever came out and officially retired them, but players just don't wear them.
Well, they did officially retire 99.
Well, yeah. So anyway, in our update section, we'll get started with the Cowboys play tonight. Predictions, Jeffrey.
Well, let's just work on the over under and the spread for start. The spread is 7.5 and the over under is like the most boring of all over unders all the time.
Yeah.
47.5.
Okay.
Morning paper had 6 of the key predictors of the local paper. 4 of them had it under, 2 of them had it over. I like the under.
Okay.
On the spread, you want versus spread or winning the game?
You just tell me who you think's gonna win.
I think Philly wins it, and the Cowboys cover the 7.5.
All right. So what score? Throw out a score.
Throw out a score, keeping it with the under 30. 30-23 doesn't get me there.
No, you got to come down lower on the high score.
Yeah, 28-20. 28-18. I don't know.
That doesn't cover the spread. All right. You'd have to think about that. Samuel, you got it.
I'll tell you right now, the Eagles are going to run through our butts. Jalen Hurts did have a career year last year throwing the ball. The yardage was down, but he only threw like 5 picks. So when they do throw, he's good. They also have the tush push that they'll use on 3rd and 4, and they'll get it. So yeah, I think I want the Dallas to win, but
Score.
I'm gonna go 31-14 Eagles.
Dang, so you're under as well. I'm gonna go over, and I'm gonna say Cowboys win 35-24.
35-24.
You said they're going to run through us. Nick Saban, I won't use the word he actually used, but when he refers to that, because he talked about the Tide getting run through one time, he said they ran through us like crap through a tin horn. But he didn't use the word crap, and it was hilarious the way he did it. And he'd say instead of all right, you got it, all right. So there you have it. I think the Cowboys are going to put to rest at least for 1 week all the hate, and we'll see what happens. That's my deal.
Dak Prescott, he's got a new, coordinator, coach.
Well, he's got a new receiver,
all that.
Our thing isn't up, but it's supposed to be.
Comments are not working. I tried fixing it 2 times before the show.
Okay, sorry if you're writing comments. We can't see them.
I see them. Nobody's done it yet. So
okay,
I'll tell y'all if anybody.
Okay, all right. So we got the Cowboys tonight. Then we got the Rangers. We're doing great. They were with 1.5. I don't know what they are now, but they've lost 2 in a row. So they're 2 out of the wild card, something like that. So they got to get it together. They start a 3-game series with Houston tomorrow night. Houston's at the top.
When is the deadline?
When is the deadline?
Yeah.
When is the season? End of this month.
So they got a ball this month.
They got a ball this month.
Okay.
Yep. And then we've got Stars beginning again soon. It's incredible to see the score or not the scheduled games that are popping up on ESPN. Preseason, albeit, it'll start really soon. That and then NBA right behind it. We just finished those seasons. It seems like
it's amazing.
Yeah, and we've got from a fan standpoint, from a home fan standpoint, we've got a ton of Saturday and Sunday games this year, which we don't normally get.
Really?
And I think we have 16 games total on national TV.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, maybe this is the year for the stars as well. The Trump assassin,
Attempted.
would be assassin, the little Roush is his name, or Roosh, that was hiding out in the bushes in his golf course down in Florida, has come out to make a deal from prison or jail, wherever the idiot is. The deal is he wants a round of golf with Trump, play against Trump. If Trump wins,
And this is serious, people.
yeah, if Trump wins, then Trump gets to execute the would-be assassin. This is the assassin's deal. So Trump wins, he gets to execute the assassin. If the assassin wins, he gets to be president.
Be president.
That's his
You talk
deal.
about keeping yourself in the news.
Yeah,
That was such yesterday's news. That
yeah,
was last July.
that he did it. And so, but there you have it. I mean, Trump,
I'll
you never
take
know. Trump may take him up on it.
I'll take Trump in that matchup.
Sadly, Giorgio Armani passed away today, and I only mention that because there was a time in society when dressing up to go to work was what you did, with ties, suits,
Always.
all the bling, so to speak. And Giorgio Armani was one of my favorites. I still wear Acqua di Gio cologne, which is the best. I've worn it for probably 25 years. So there's that in the news, and a couple of things. Jeff and I are going to start this little, and Sammy's going to be included too. But there was a time when I wrote a column, and included in the column, I would sometimes include what I call tarnations, which are what in the tarnation is going on around here, because there's so many things that we could include. And it came from the tarnation comes from Jed Clampett from Beverly Hillbillies. He used to say, "What in the tarnation?" So
How great was he?
that was a great show, Sammy.
I don't know.
When we're driving down the freeway or any road, and you see a truck just
Yeah,
overloaded with crap, and you look and you don't even
is that
see
Jed?
a single any kind of strap on it,
Yeah,
we go, oh, that's a Jed
there's
Clampett
Jed and
load. Okay,
Granny.
we can't drive behind a Jed Clampett
It was
load ever.
these rednecks, the old hillbillies, really. Obviously, the name of the show is Beverly Hillbillies. They
They
moved
went
to
out to
Beverly
Beverly
Hills.
Hills and they
Oh,
got
that's
this mansion.
They hit uh, the Texas Gold, which is oil, and
oh
that's how they
yeah.
became rich. So they moved to Beverly Hills. So
Wow.
it's a little 30-minute sitcom. Jethro and what was her name? His
Jethro
sister
Bodine.
and his sister. I forget her.
Oh, she was a doll.
But yeah, it was.
Do you remember what they called the swimming pool?
Uh,
You're gonna go out in the cement pond.
yeah. But Jed used to say, "What in the tarnation's going on around here?" So we got a little bucket of tarnations today. One, the federal judges that we refer to in our segments as rogue judges, and there are plenty of them. More, as we talked about Tuesday, more judgments have come out, judgments have come out this week that are anti-Trump. These same judges who are making decisions to keep our National Guard from keeping our cities safe, and who are making decisions that keep the country from sending away the worst among us, illegal immigrants that are like that. Uh, Joe, whatever his name is, the one that's everything you can think of: pedophile, uh, trafficker, drug runner, everything else you can think, wife beater. Uh, that needs to be sent away, and an illegal immigrant. These judges are the ones who are saying, no, you can't send him away. So the very judges that, in my opinion, are putting our country at peril or in peril because of their decisions are now whining because the rulings that they're making are being overturned by the Supreme Court, and that in and of itself is making life unsafe, risky for these rogue judges, which I find great irony. It is a tarnation. It's like, what in the world are you talking about here? You guys are making this. You just let another would-be assassin of Trump, let her out, of set her out,
Yeah.
set her free. She's got to see a psychiatrist, but you set her free. And so it's okay for these judges to do it, but when they're overturned, which they will be, um, they start claiming, well, you're putting our lives at risk. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Help me if I'm confused or have this straight. There is no real National Guard. There's 50 state National Guards.
Yeah,
It's a state by state deal.
I guess so. Although there's got to be some. I mean, it's a
They're
national
tied
guard.
together,
Yeah.
but yeah.
So I think Trump is able, obviously the president's able to call up the National Guard here and there. So
So,
there's some federal component to it.
yeah. In
But
California, they pulled up the California National Guard, but
yeah,
they also brought in the U.S.
yeah.
Marines.
So
But
the proximity factor of
yeah,
what state you're in. But I think the president can do it. Well, these judges are saying he can't, but he's saying he can. And so this is going to go to the Supreme Court as well. But uh, I think there's a authority at both the state level and federal level, obviously.
and wouldn't you think that would soften the blow for the Illinois governor, knowing it's my people
Yeah.
that are taking care of our people? It's my people taking care of our people.
Yeah,
Hello.
I just don't understand. I did see a report uh, just before I came in today to our show that DC, although the DC mayor is applauding what's happening here, and she wants them to stay through Christmas, DC is suing the Trump administration for bringing in the National Guard. So it's just strange. Another what in tarnation is in New Jersey, thugs are not only are not only breaking laws, they are shutting down streets for car races and donuts and all that other stuff. Now they've taken it to a new level, and you know what that new level is? They are now going after police officers who show up with they're going after police officers with fireworks.
When you shoot a Roman candle,
Yeah,
that is
you
serious.
can hurt somebody. Yeah, no
Yeah,
doubt. So in New Jersey, if you haven't seen the news, uh, literally, I don't know what else to call them. I don't care what color they are, their age,
thugs.
gender, they are thugs. And now they are shutting down streets. And when cops respond to take care of it, are aiming fireworks at them, throwing fireworks at them. I mean, you throw an M80 at somebody and it blows up near them, it can kill them.
What in
Uh,
tarnation?
and then the last one is I wanted to share with you guys. I've always wondered why this. I don't really wonder because I think I know, but every quarter it may be every month, but I look at it on a quarter basis. Fox, the reports come out about how effective these talking head shows are, cable, in this case, all day long. And in this report, how they compare to ABC, NBC, CBS, and then the other cable shows. And I just want to mention this. In August, Fox News averaged 2.3 million total viewers in prime time, compared to, let's see, actually, this was in prime time. So overall, Fox News averaged 2.4 million total viewers Monday through Sunday in prime time, besting ABC's 2.3 million, NBC's 2.2 million, and CBS's 2 million. All right, so that's Fox against the networks. Then Fox against other cable shows like it, in terms of format. Fox averaged 2.3 million. MSNBC ranked second with an average of 783,000. And then you get to CNN, 444,000. Uh, so, so that's total viewers. If the demo that these networks are after, and these cable shows are after, is the 25 to 54-year-old bracket, which is that's what advertisers want to reach. Those are the markets that they want. And so here's what Fox News maintained its dominance in that graphic, averaging 237,000 in August compared to, and this is just compared to CNN and MSNBC. Guess how many? Fox is 237,000. CNN reaches. Anyone want to guess? No, the tops is Fox 237,000. CNN is second. 78,000. MSNBC reaches 72,000 in that category.
At the what were the ages?
25 to 54.
I question their media purchasers because the commercials they run are not for that age group. They're skewed way higher.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Who?
Any of them.
Yeah,
And
there may be, but I mean, they have the data that says who's buying these products. So it may be that we look at it and say, well, it's a commercial for investing in gold, or it's a commercial for, I don't, it depends. I could see where you
right.
come up with, but in this case, they know that they want to reach They know what product that group is reaching or buying.
I don't watch many of those on TV.
Yeah.
I listen more on the radio, and I start with Fox, and then when I get to and all of these are ridiculous on the number of commercials they run.
Yeah,
But
there's a lot.
I guess that they get away with it. But
That's how
uh,
they produce so much revenue.
I know this. I can switch channels to a CNN
Yeah.
and hear the same
Yeah.
commercial at the same time.
Well, they're probably,
So it's
probably getting a deal on CNN and MSNBC.
yeah.
In total, I thought you'd find this interesting. The Five, which is the show at 5 o'clock with five people,
Mhm.
it's pretty interesting. Secured its status as the most watched show on all cable news, averaging 3.5 million total viewers, followed by Jesse Waters Primetime with 3 million, Gutfeld with 2.8 million, Hannity with 2.6 million, Special Report with Brett Baer at 2.5 million, and the Ingram Angle with 2.5 million. So Jesse Waters is my favorite when it comes to Fox. Uh, and they are just blowing the others away. The others, Rachel Maddow, who's the star, I mean, imagine that, of the MSNBC, which has now changed brand names to MS Now, gets a fraction of that. It's incredible. And so the tarnation part of it is, why do these companies just continue to do it? They can't be profitable in that sense. They're paying Maddow $30 million a year to do one show a week on Mondays now. So I suspect we're going to see some pretty significant changes in the weeks and months to come on those channels. So there you have it, huh?
Yeah, we're back on.
Okay. So there you go. All right, let's talk about our agenda today. Let me get it. Huh?
Yes.
Epstein. So what do you think about Epstein? Where's my, did I forget it? So let's talk about Epstein. So we all we've heard about is there's this list, and the list is going to reveal some really bad stuff done by some really well-known, I'm not saying good, but well-known people. You think
Well,
that's true?
well, I don't know about whether there is any central list, but early when all this was breaking and shaking, I mean, we were getting a lot of names of a lot of people
Yeah.
that were traveling with him and going to the island and on the plane. And it certainly wasn't a bunch of nobodies. It was, I mean, even in the political world, I mean, wasn't who in the British royalty was getting some
William.
William.
Prince, is it William?
It wasn't
No, not
Charles.
William. No. Philip. It was Prince Charles or King Charles, is that what he's called now? His brother.
Okay.
I think it's Prince Philip. That was his dad. So I don't know if it's Prince Philip, but there's one over there that among all of them, American, any of them across the world, that dude has been hit the hardest.
Right.
Because I guess he did the worst. I don't know, but
And
I mean, you got Trump and Clinton, and there's like Teflon, and who knows if they actually had anything to do with it. But on the one person that stuck to the most is him, the
yeah.
guy in Britain.
Yeah, and who just who was the rapper that just went through all
Oh
the
yeah, who is that, Sam? Yeah, who's the famous rapper?
Kanye?
No, another one like him.
that was getting
Who's in
down for
prison?
all the sex parties?
Did he?
Yeah,
P
Diddy.
Diddy.
P. Diddy,
Diddy.
yeah.
You know, it's almost like the P Diddy on the African American side and the Epstein on the white side. And it wasn't a mixing, but it was all celebrities in
yeah.
both cases. And you know, I tell you what, eh, shame shame on everybody involved and I don't know any reason not for this to be public information. I heard the other day that the protest that was going on outside the White House, one of these reporters, he said, I've been reporting a long time. I've seen a lot of protests. I've never seen this big of a protest in front of the White House ever.
Oh, and it was regarding Epstein.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think it
You know
seems
that
to me
that clip you sent of the gal?
Prince Albert. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the guy's name. Or Andrew. Oh, yeah, we'll have to look it up. I can picture him, but I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
Remember Prince Albert? You got Prince Albert. Prince Albert used to be a snuff, like a skull. And the joke what back in our day was call up a store and say, "You got Prince Albert in a can?" Because it came in this weird looking tin can, and they'd say, "Yeah, we
Yeah.
know. Well, you better let him out before he suffocates." Um,
Classic.
but yeah, so the question I have, eh, and I've had for quite some time now, is that if there was something with Trump, let's just say Trump, all right, uh, involved, certainly it would have that incriminated him and sullied his name. Don't you think it would have come out during the 4 years Biden was in office?
Yeah, and I've seen a couple of pictures of Trump and Melania along with Epstein
Yeah,
and his handler girl. That's a
yeah,
weird
yeah,
relationship too.
yeah. It is a weird relationship. Trump banned uh, Epstein from Mar-a-Lago.
Hmm.
Once he found out about all this stuff. But the question for me is, well, if there was enough to take people down, why hasn't that already come out, particularly on the partisan political level? And number two, is there really a list? So if you're Epstein, which God forbid I would know anybody that's like Epstein, uh, do, would they have been taking a list like an airport would do as to, hey, Terry, welcome? Would they have kept a list? I mean, I could see where he would want some form of blackmail so that he wouldn't have to go to prison, although he did. Um, so it begs the question, if there if there was a list, why hasn't it been shown? And is part of the reason because there is no list. I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
Is Epstein in prison right now, or
No,
is
he
he dead?
committed suicide,
In
supposedly
in
committed suicide,
prison, right?
2019.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I thought. Okay.
But his sidekick, his so-called girlfriend, uh, is in prison, and she just did an interview and all that sort of thing. But I question whether or not there is actually a list, and because if that list again incriminated people, then it would have already come out. The only issue there is if a list exists. My guess is that it's going to have people covering the political spectrum on it. So if you're going
Yeah.
to out Trump and sully him, then you're gonna in the same time have to out and sully Clinton,
Yeah.
which I don't know if you can sully his name any more than it already is, but that would be another plausible reason as to why the list and all that hadn't come out.
Yeah. And another thing is, I don't know that there's a central list in that. I don't know that there isn't,
Yeah,
but more likely, I mean, you've got these thousands and thousands and thousands of pages. And if it talks about, well, I was at a party at Mar-a-Lago and I was with Donald and
yeah,
Melania, and so does that mean you're on the list just because you're at a party at
yeah, true.
Mar-a-Lago? You
Yeah,
know?
what does the list mean? But our country is captivated by it. And there was a story out today about the Epstein victims, which I could see where they want these people to pay. I mean, these are horrible, I mean, atrocious Sodom and Gomorrah kinds of things that are awful. That hell has a special place there for people that do these sorts of things. And so I could see where these victims want comeuppance, and they deserve comeuppance. And I don't. How is that ever going to happen? It's that old principle in life is one of the principles of life is we got to leave the vengeance up to God. And
Right.
he even says that in essence, paraphrasing, "Revenge is mine," says the Lord.
This gal that was speaking at this protest, and she said, I was the first. Somebody told me about somebody would pay me $300 to come and give massages.
Hmm.
And so I did that and I quit my part-time job. And then he wanted me there more and more. And I dropped out of high school.
Yeah,
And then I was there so much that it just became the regular part of my life and I didn't know any better. And then and I kept thinking, maybe you'll give me like a real job.
yeah.
And
Probably
then
promised her one.
and then I turned 17. He said, I don't need you anymore. And she said, how come? You're
Yeah, you served
too
your purpose.
old.
Yeah, yeah.
You're too old at 17.
We never ever heard about. We never heard the files from Hefner. We never heard about Hefner files, did we? Yet,
At the Playboy Club, yeah.
yeah, and maybe
Mansion.
maybe Hefner didn't have underage girls there. I don't know, but
Yeah, I
but the,
think they were
but
full grown women.
these guys are made from the same cloth, in my opinion. I mean, it's just smut, and you know again, we got to leave it up to God. So these poor victims, who's going to, are they ever going to receive any compensation, any closure, any sort of vindication? It just doesn't seem like it to me. So there you have it. Just wanted to mention a few things about Epstein. I don't know if we'll ever see any more come of it, but time will tell. All right. So let me set the stage for this next discussion. So we had Biden. Biden served in the White House as vice president, which he lived in the Blair House, but in the White House in the administration for for 8 years, and then Obama, uh, and then we had a 4-year break where Trump won, and then Biden served as president for 4 years. So we have Biden in the White House in an administration, a total of 12 years. As president, we painfully went through wondering is the light a light is the light on upstairs, and we rarely saw you going back to the campaigning when for president. Granted, it was during COVID, but we even then we rarely saw Biden. And when we did, he was in the so-called basement doing that stuff. But when COVID went away and Biden was in office, and we rarely saw him on the stump, on the campaign stump or on the anywhere. We didn't see him in press conferences. He didn't hold cabinet meetings. Uh, Rarely do we see the guy, and not once do I ever recall the media at large saying, "What is Biden okay? Is he alive? Has he died? Is it blah blah blah?" So there you have that. So we get to Trump in his second term. He's held more cabinet. I mean, he had a 3-hour cabinet meeting the other day, and they televised those. Uh, 3 hours. But you add to that almost daily news conferences, press conferences, where he answers questions after question after question from everybody. I saw the other day, I don't know if it was last night or Tuesday night, but a Polish, yeah, the president of Poland then, Prime Minister of Poland, and a Polish journalist asked asked Trump, well, how come we don't see the signs of, you know, tariffs and the success and that sort of thing? And Trump laid into him. He said, "Who are you with?" The guy said, "I'm with a Polish." And I said, "Well, you're not a very good one, essentially." Uh, but we get to Labor Day, and Trump takes 2 days off to do whatever he did. I guess he was at Mar-a-Lago. None of my business what he's
No, he
doing.
was at his one of his resorts
Oh,
up
was he?
up
Okay.
north. Yeah.
Yeah. So he takes 2 days off. So let's just say he takes 3 days off, but I think it was really 2 days off, meaning that 2 days off means you don't see him. And what happens? The left-wing media, including networks, have segments on it now. And then that leads to right-wing media, which is largely Fox, having its own segments on its shows about the same topic. So the left says, well, Trump's gone for 2 or 3 days. Is he dead? I mean, there was even a question in the Oval Office from Peter Doocy, the president. What do you think of the claims that you died? And Trump didn't even know about it. And Peter Doocy showed him his phone. There it is. They think you've died because you went away. And then that leads to legitimate, in their minds, legitimate conversations, authentic conversations about, did Trump die? What's wrong with it? Is he sick? Is he ailing? He's got they got this picture of him and his ankles. His
Yeah.
pants are up,
Right.
and he's got cankles. Does that means he's swollen and he's sick? And I mean, it's just incredible. And so I thought we could just talk about what.
And you know how you take care of your cankles?
Uh-uh.
You wear
Oh,
compression
compression
socks.
socks, yeah. Well, you ought to send Trump a note about that. But the idea that we can that the media, it gets more and more absurd when the
Yeah.
media just continues to ignore what they've done, and then because Trump takes a 2-day break, want to tell people he's dead, and I don't get it.
I saw a clip when it all came out, and he said, I was golfing with my family. They showed him getting in the car, going with
Yeah,
the granddaughter who's the great golfer.
yeah,
And if you notice, I've been a little bit busy lately,
yeah.
and I'm thinking, can a guy have a break? Did you work on Labor Day?
No, I
I
didn't.
know I didn't. course, I'm retired, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
um, it's a 3-day holiday, and we have such an insatiable need to know everything about everybody every minute.
Well, we do now. We didn't when Biden was around, or
Well,
not around, as it were.
yeah.
So
Well, that's because it was all covering up.
yeah, it was covered up. And it
Yeah.
just, for me, it's when is the American people, as just people, a citizenship, a citizenry, going to say enough of the media? I mean, in some ways, as I just showed you with those stats a minute ago, they're we are saying it, that we're no longer going to listen and play this game. But the media just doesn't stop. And you use the word insatiable. I think it's an insatiable addiction, which is, I guess, redundant, but it's a desire to, no matter the cost, no matter the absurdity, no matter the stupidity, to get Trump one way or the other. And one way of doing it is say he disappeared, he's dead, or he disappeared, he's sick. So now, if there wasn't podcasts all over the country, and if there weren't other, Fox News and others out there saying, "Wait a second, there's nothing wrong with Trump," or Trump
Yeah.
himself saying, "Here I am." I'm amazed at the guy at 78 years old. I mean, I'm amazed at the. I
But
wouldn't want to be
in
president in
in
that
in a,
sense.
in a way, he's the victim of his own
Yeah,
media success. I mean, before this presidential run, while I was out of office, and he was tweeting all the time about everything,
yeah,
and these tweets are coming through at like 5 and 5:30 in the morning, and
right,
people are talking about his toilet tweet. He's
yeah.
sitting on the toilet and he's tweeting away, and so he got people used to it.
Yeah, when you have press conferences every day and you go a few days without one, people are going to say, "Well, what's wrong?" That I don't have any problem with, or not that what's wrong, but where's Trump? In this case, the media, for ulterior motive reasons, are saying something's wrong with him. He died. Something's wrong with him. It just blows my mind. And don't you want to think that as many people on the left in the media, that there's a couple of them, not those that are on the right, like Jennings on CNN, who's a conservative, but they have him on. He's kind of their token conservative on CNN. But isn't there somebody among the left who says, "Wait a minute, guys, it's a bridge too far. There's got to be. It's like in politics, in Congress, or on committees, or in the Senate. Don't we have somebody on the left that can say, "Wait a second, guys, come on."
It's also a copycat world. Once the first one does it,
Yeah,
and then, oh man, we missed out on this. We got to get in on
yeah.
it too.
I
And
just
it's a feeding frenzy.
Yeah, I won't be specific with this, but I was asked to serve what I think is an important role at an organization in Waxahachie, and I've served in a lot of different boards and that sort of thing, and I've enjoyed most of them. But in this case, I said no because and I said to them that the reason I'm saying no, one, partly because of a time and a schedule, but the other is because I will only become ultra frustrated and will make you guys ultra frustrated, because I'm not one to just say, "Okay, that makes sense." Not that that makes sense. Whether it makes sense or not, let's go along. Let's do it. I'm going to be the one, and I know you are too, and I want Sammy to be this way, is to say, "Wait a second. If I were on the right, and we're going to the extreme, I'm going to say, wait a second, we got to stop doing this." But there's nobody on the left that seems to want to hold themselves accountable. All right. Random thoughts for today. I have five. And these are legitimately random. And when I say random, for me, it's like, okay, I'm going to just stop what I'm doing. I'm going to look around. I'm going to shut my eyes, whatever it is. I'm going to just think. And whatever comes to my mind is what I'm going to write down.
I do mine completely
You,
differently.
you, you research and study yours in a
No,
way.
no.
No.
I'll hear something and I go, "Oh my God, I like that," and
Yeah.
I make a note, and I'll have those build up,
Yeah.
and then if I need two more to get to five, I'll just start thinking of them. But
Yeah.
that's my technique.
Well, so today I did just that. I don't, I'm only going to mention this briefly because I'll become super emotional if I go anymore. But a buddy of mine, 44-year, one of my best friends for 44 years, just passed away last Wednesday night, tragically. Uh, Tim, Tim was known for always walking around, always with a bunch of pins, purple pins, and on it, and he had them custom. On it, it said "Life can change on a dime," and he
Nice.
used to give those pins to everybody. And so when I closed my eyes this morning, I thought Tim's right. Life changed for him
Yeah.
on a dime. He
Yeah.
went to bed Wednesday night and didn't wake up Thursday morning.
Wow.
Number two, tell someone you love that you love them. That goes the same with Tim. Luckily, I had a conversation with him on Monday. He died early in the sleeping hours of Thursday. I told him that I loved him, which is the way we always end our conversations. Fall and football, best season of the year. Of course, you got
Amazing.
the three F's are family, football, and fall. Family's a given for me, but fall and football, it could be a little bit cooler right now for me, like in Buffalo,
Mm.
because it's going to be 99 today, but it's getting there. It's almost the leaves are going to start falling, and best season of the year. Before we often become consumed with what people think of us, when in reality, people aren't even thinking of us. And you know why?
I love
Because
that. I
well,
love
they're
that.
thinking if we're constantly consumed with what we think people are saying about us, then I'm not thinking about anybody else.
Mhm.
So, and that's the way most people are. I mean,
Mm.
most people, particularly younger, as we get older, we say, I don't care what anybody thinks about me. And I think the successful people in life capture that essence way younger, like at Sammy's age. It's hard to say, I don't care what anybody thinks of me, because if you don't care, then you may inadvertently limit your opportunities out there. But as we get older, we say, I'm going to be who I am, period. I think for young people, they should start doing that as soon as they can. But the truth is, people are most often not thinking about they're not thinking about me,
Right.
thinking about themselves. And then last one, loyalty is life changing, and whether you're giving it or receiving it. I don't think there may be unconditional love, which is a form of loyalty. Those are incredible attributes. All right, so there you have it. All right, let's talk about on the he said late night shows, late night talk shows.
Ugh.
So in my generation, there was Johnny Carson.
And
Before
inside
that,
Ed McMahon, like
well,
I'm the Ed McMahon
yeah,
to you, the Johnny,
yeah,
right?
Ed McMahon was hilarious because he was just the way he laughed and
Yeah.
carried on. He was perfect. But before Johnny Carson, who was that? Do you remember?
Um,
And it may not have been a talk show in that sense, but what I remember when I was a little bitty boy,
Alan.
there might have been an Alan, but
Oh,
I'm thinking of Ed Sullivan,
oh
which
yeah,
was more of a
yeah,
show.
that was a variety show.
But before Johnny Carson, I know there were some, but I
Yeah.
don't. The first one I remember,
Gary Allen, maybe.
but was Johnny Carson, and then we had Jay Leno. After I never really watched Jay Leno, but I did watch Johnny Carson because it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And the clips will come on TikTok every so often with him and McMahon and Karnak the Magnificent, uh, and it's just
What a head of
hilarious
hair on that man,
on.
Jay Leno,
Oh yeah, but I
in the
but
car collection.
well when it got to when Carson retired in 1992, I essentially stopped watching them, and I maybe have watched one show in total, which would over the years one show, not at one setting or sitting, but over the years one equivalent one show since then. But then we had Leno, and now we've got here they are: Fallon, Kimmel, Colbert, and Gutfeld. So if I had to rank the four, uh, be Gutfeld and then everybody else. I don't watch any of the other ones, but I do know that Gutfeld went on Fallon the other night, and Fallon's audience numbers went up 1.3 million, while Gutfeld just for that segment on the show.
Wow.
Well, they all talk about different stuff, right? Or am I
Well,
wrong?
they have a commonality, like it's kind of like the news. If the news, you'll find the same things being said on broadcasts across the news, or the same words being used. And I think these guys, they try to be different, but there's always a commonality.
Okay.
Well,
They're liberal.
right.
Not all of them.
But they all
Gutfeld,
follow the same format going back to Carson.
yeah,
You got guests on the couch, and then you've got live music
right,
from the in-house band.
yeah,
But you start out
the
with what?
monologue,
The monologue.
yeah,
And the monologue was always a funny thing.
yeah.
And now on the Fallon, the Kimmel, and the Colbert, it is nothing but a political
Right.
rant, and it's almost always pro left liberal
Yeah.
versus Trump and anybody conservative, and it's not even funny. I mean, occasionally they'll make a political slam that's got some humor in it, but they're really not funny. And that is the number one reason that Stephen Colbert
Yeah.
has been
He
let
isn't.
go. And it all comes down to advertising dollars, and it all comes down to advertising people who are going to pay for advertising saying, um, I don't like the viewpoint. I don't like what's being said.
Yeah.
And most importantly, I don't like your numbers dwindling. And so he's gone. But he's there till May? What the
Yeah,
hey?
well, yeah, I guess the contract stuff, I don't know, but yeah, Chuck, you're right. They can't leave the politics, and they think they're funny. They are. That's the reason I don't watch them. I love comedians. I have my favorites, and I love to laugh, but these guys are not funny. They're quite the opposite. They're almost pitiful is
Yeah.
the word I use. And whether it's Colbert, I mean, I'm assuming that Kimmel's going to go down the road of Colbert, and that at some point Jimmy Fallon will. Greg Gutfeld, as I just read you a minute ago, beats them all. And Greg Gutfeld has 5 people on his show at 9 o'clock Central. He introduces it. He has his little monologue, which is always very good, and it's almost always political. Uh, but the jokes are cover the spectrum, and then his guests say whatever they want. Most of them are conservative, but he has some liberals on there sometime. Uh, but he's killing the other 3,
Mm-hmm.
and there's a reason for that. And so I would have to lose a bet or be forced to watch any of the others. And with Gutfeld, in the name of full disclosure, as I mentioned to you in our prep, Gutfeld, I like to watch the first 10 minutes of it for sure. Sonia and I do, but now I don't get to the I don't not all the guests, even the conservative ones, don't do much for me. Chuck says he likes Conan. I don't even know if Conan's on anymore. But
No,
th-
he's gone too.
and I don't remember him being so political. I think he was more, just whatever, goofy.
Yeah.
Sammy, what were you going to say? Did you say something
No,
earlier?
I'm good.
Okay. Do you watch any of them, Sam?
No, I've never watched. I've watched a little bit of Gutfeld, but I've never watched Fallon Kimmel. I've never
I mean,
watched
the thing
anything
about
like that.
Fallon is that Fallon's got some other talents. He can sing.
And
He's
he
a
can
great
dance.
and he can dance, and he's a great impersonator.
Mm-hmm.
He's funny. I think he's funny. If he'd leave the politics out of it and stuck to where he's the strongest and the best, he would be a cool thing to watch. I mean, he's a funny guy, and I think he's a sincere guy. He and Gutfeld were talking about it. Gutfeld was talking about their interaction and that he likes Jimmy Fallon,
Mm-hmm.
and that he's a heartfelt guy and that sort of thing. He's Conan's on YouTube. So it's just
And of course
amazing.
Kimmel is doing a ton of Who Wants to Be a Millionaire shows
Yeah, which
in prime time, which
I
I've all,
enjoy that.
but the guests used to be like Middle America,
Yeah,
pull a guest out of Des
yeah,
Moines, Iowa, or whatever, and now they're a bunch of stars. And I guess maybe my problem is I don't know who these stars are, but I'm not that
yeah.
happy with their
If I know it's a
chitter
star,
chatter,
I'm not
pitter
watching it.
patter. Right?
Because I don't think it's going to be serious.
Yeah,
Does Fallon and them come on every night?
Yeah, at
yeah.
10:30.
Every single
Well,
night,
no, Monday through Friday.
Yeah,
Monday
well,
through
Monday
Friday.
to Friday,
Okay.
10:30. Uh, but Jimmy Fallon, I I would enjoy it if he just stick to being Jimmy Fallon. All right. Anything else on that?
I think we covered it.
All right. Rhyme
Yeah.
time, Jeffrey. What you got?
I got a fun little, we did the other one recently about losing, but this one's about ties. And I was thinking about this with the football season starting about ties. Let's review the status of ties in different sports.
Do they
Okay.
allow ties in NFL still?
Yeah, I looked it up today.
They
So,
still
Well,
do.
after the overtime period.
okay, only in regular season, obviously,
Yeah.
playoffs you can't. And one overtime, and then we're done.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah,
10-minute overtime.
1 10-minute overtime.
Wow, that's boring.
And it's the old possession, and then, but as
Unless you
opposed
score a
to
touchdown.
your college ball, which has changed its
There's no
format,
ties in college.
and boy, it's a convoluted, complicated
Yeah.
But they
formula.
changed it, right? You can't just keep going and going and
Well,
going.
you keep going and going and going, but they make
Oh.
it so that you have to do You have to do like the 2-point
2-point
conversion.
because
Mhm.
I remember the LSU and Aggie
Yeah.
game, 74-72.
Yeah, the CeeDee Lamb was in that game, and it was like 7 or 8 overtimes.
Okay.
I thought you said Oklahoma. Oh, I thought it was Oklahoma.
National Hockey League brought in the shootout, which was radically
Yeah,
different in
soccer
about
too.
2005, and people loved it, and then they got tired of it, and then they went to 5-on-5, and now they're playing 3-on-3, and
Yeah.
that is wide open. Good. NBA does nothing. Tennis has a complicated tiebreaker formula,
Yeah,
and soccer is gone also. So
right.
really,
There should be no ties in any sport.
but so you think in NFL they ought to come up with
NFL
formulas?
ought to do it like college does it, in my opinion.
You know, they say ties like kissing your sister, right? Here we go. Ties. Tie games are scary. They can be quite hairy. When it's none versus nary, the fans are quite wary. A tie game is no bore. Fans await the first score. Just one will do, but I'd sure take two. It's tight, it's tense, a game of defense. Afraid of a mistake, a risk we can't take. Don't let them score. We can't give them no more. Need to stay defensive, yet still be offensive. Some games are win by two. Volleyball's famous for that. I saw some girls volleyball recently. It
Mm-hmm.
was great. Some wiggle room for you. If you let it get away, don't let your smile stray. If it ends in a tie, I'll tell you no lie. Sports aren't do or die. Not for this guy. Although you think I'm a do or die guy, I'm not.
In sports, there should be no ties, in my opinion. Silly. All right, very good. Let's do day in history.
Today in history.
History.
Um,
And Terry and Chuck, y'all be thinking about what the score will be tonight. Cowboys, and who'll win, and what will be the score. I'd like to see your opinions. And anybody else watching? All right, what do
okay.
you got?
I think she scored me one of these. Actually, 9-1. I pulled a 9-1 with three bonuses that really helped.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. Los Angeles was founded by Spanish settlers under the leadership of Governor Felipe de Neve.
Oh,
1871.
that's a pretty good guess, Sammy. I think I'm going to say 1831.
Well, 1781, and I went with 1510. I thought that's when who was the other Magellan who went
Yeah,
around the
yeah,
other way?
yeah,
But I think he discovered California, but he didn't really discover Los
yeah. I
Angeles.
guess not.
Here we go. This is going to be a jump ahead in history, as you might guess.
Good.
More than 140. What you
I
got?
was gonna say Chuck says 35-17 Eagles
Oh,
win, which is close to my score. I said 31. Oh, I said
Oh,
31-24.
you'll both be wrong.
I hope.
Okay.
more than 140 people were injured following a performance by singer Paul Robeson in Peekskill, New York, as an anti communist mob attacked departing concert goers.
1970.
1952.
Very close. 1949.
There we
Nice,
go.
Sam.
Remember when the 50s was all about the anti communism and
Yeah.
communism scare, da da da. Arkansas Governor Orville Faubus ordered Arkansas National Guardsmen to prevent 9 black students from entering all white Central High School in Little Rock. And remember, we had something
Yeah.
similar about this.
George Wallace.
Okay.
1959.
1968.
1957,
Yes.
which was the George Wallace.
Yeah.
Got it.
Uh, so I remember this like it was yesterday. Got the bonus as a result. U.S. swimmer Mark Spitz became the first to win 7 medals at a single Olympic Games, winning a 7th gold at the Munich Olympics in the 400-meter medley relay. And in addition, that same year, the longest running game show in U.S. history, The Price is Right, debuted on
Oh.
CBS.
That changes my answer.
Okay.
I'm going with
I
1976.
was about to say you ought to know when Price is Right debuted. I'm gonna go 1978.
72. You're all in the ballpark.
Cool.
Elevating the saint of the gutters to one of the Catholic Church's highest honors, Pope Francis canonized Mother Teresa. Ooh, there was a bonus for that, and I took it
Oh.
away from you.
I want to say 1996.
1992.
2016.
Wow. I was
2016.
off by 20 years.
He praised her radical dedication to society's outcasts and her courage in shaming world leaders for the crimes of poverty they themselves created. She was a powerful little lady.
She was.
Here we go. We close with the Senate Judiciary Committee began confirmation hearings for future Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh on a day that saw rancorous exchanges between Democrats and Republicans.
2019.
2019.
2019.
That was also my guess. 18 was the answer.
Hey,
All
did
right,
good. Did
2
good.
and 4 today.
I
Ooh,
beat
that's
you.
ugly. Ugly. You
4
beat
and
me.
2. 4 and 2.
All right. I want to close out with I've got this book. It's called, pardon the language on it, but it's called True Facts That Sound Like BS, except it spells the word out. Chuck missed it by 2 years.
2 years.
So anyway, that's this book, and I like to pick things out of here and test y'all whether you know something to be true or false. In this case, a pretty interesting one.
And Sam said the other day he thought these were all false. And
I did.
And
No.
and they certainly are. They're both ways, but
I'm
they
gonna-
can surprise you either direction.
I'm going to give you 2 today.
Okay, let's go.
One's very quick and one's got a little more to it.
All right.
True or false? No NFL game has ever been forfeited.
False.
No game has ever been forfeited.
They can cancel it for weather. That's not a forfeit.
No, that's not a forfeit.
So no, I'm gonna say false.
I'll go with the false also.
It is true. No, it is true. No game has ever been forfeited. Meaning another team.
That's
It's
what I
true that
meant.
no game. It was
No,
like
it's true that no game has ever been forfeited.
You got me. I was saying.
yeah. There's
Okay.
some
Well,
double
I'll take
negative
it if
going
you
on
say.
there.
Yeah, no, that's never happened.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Here's the one I have marked. I'm going to read this to
Chuck
you.
said false too. You got it.
Okay, cool. So here you go. Has any pro league, I'm going to say 3, actually 4, the 4, NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, and NHL, have they ever had a player win the championship MVP on the losing team?
Yes.
Yes. I don't know who is in basketball. I think it happened.
Dallas Cowboys linebacker Chuck Howley won the MVP of the Super Bowl 5. Los Angeles Lakers guard Jerry West won the NBA Finals MVP in '69. And New York Yankees, I didn't say what baseman, but infielder Bobby Richardson won the World Series MVP in 1960. Although the NHL does not have a Finals MVP, maybe
Well,
they do
they
now.
have one. They call it the Conn Smythe Trophy.
Yeah, but that's the MVP for the league.
No. That's the Stanley Cup MVP.
All right. Well, this here says don't have one Finals MVP award. 4 goalies have won the Conn Smythe Trophy for best overall playoff performance. I guess that would be the same, despite playing for the Stanley Cup losing team. It doesn't list them,
That's
though.
crazy. How can a team win?
You mean lose and one of their players?
Well, yeah. Imagine being on the winning team, ready for one of your guys to hoist that trophy, and they're just,
Yeah.
That's
the other
crazy.
day when we talked about Leroy Jordan
Yeah.
dying, and I did not bring the paper. I still want to do that. I'll bring it next week. The great quotes about him. You always saw the Leroy Jordan lumber truck driving around.
Yeah.
What did you see with the Chuck Howley name driving around Dallas?
Yeah.
Chuck Howley Linen Service.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. All right. Chuck asked me what my final score tonight. I think I said 35-24 would be the score with the Cowboys winning.
Chuck, I said 31-24 Eagles.
And Jeff was all discombobulated.
Yeah, it was. And I'd love for that to happen, but I think if the Cowboys win, it won't be by 11 points.
We're going to find
Be
out.
surprised.
That'd be great.
We shall find out. So anyway, thank you for being here today. We are here every Tuesday and Thursday, as I mentioned, across all the social media platforms. We're also on Substack.com. Go there, search Grit and Good News for $5 a month. You'll find a subscription button there. For $5 a month, you get loads of content that Sammy, Jeff, and I provide. You'll get an email every Monday morning, every Friday morning that gives you all of that. So we'd love for you to become subscribers. We are excited about that. So again, thank you for being here.
Make it a great day and put a smile on somebody's face today.